It all started with a single phone call, one that seemed routine, protected, and secure. The CEO, sitting alone in his office late at night, trusted the device in his hand, never suspecting that this moment would set off a chain of events with devastating consequences. This was no ordinary executive. He was a prominent CEO, orchestrating the final details of a multi-million-pound acquisition. He relied on his company-issued smartphone, marketed as secure, believing it was impenetrable to outside threats. The stakes were high, but his confidence was higher. The conversation was short but critical, filled with sensitive figures, confidential strategies, and precise timelines. Only a handful of trusted insiders were supposed to know these details. Every word spoken was meant to be private, locked away from prying ears. But in the shadows, someone was listening. Unbeknownst to the CEO, every word was being intercepted, recorded, and relayed in real time to a direct competitor. The breach was invisible, silent, and total. Just days later, the rival company made a move, presenting a nearly identical, but slightly more attractive offer. The CEO's team was blindsided, left scrambling to understand how their confidential plans had been so perfectly anticipated. Panic and suspicion swept through the company. Fingers were pointed, trust was shattered, and a costly internal investigation began. The search for a traitor consumed time, money, and morale, leaving lasting scars on the organization. Yet the real culprit wasn't a disloyal employee. It was far more insidious. Sophisticated spyware, quietly installed on the CEO's phone weeks before, had turned his trusted device into a tool for corporate espionage. This isn't a scene from a thriller. It's a stark, real-world warning. The devices we trust most, our smartphones, can be weaponized against us, exposing our secrets to those who know how to exploit their vulnerabilities. The belief that phone calls are inherently private is dangerously outdated. In today's world, even encrypted devices can be compromised by advanced threats. Calls can be intercepted, recorded, and exploited with shocking ease. All it takes is the right software in the wrong hands, and your most sensitive conversations can be exposed to your fiercest rivals. The CEO's story is a wake-up call for every leader, entrepreneur, and employee. No one is immune, and the threat landscape is evolving faster than ever before. Understanding how these attacks work, and taking proactive steps to defend against them, is the first and most crucial step to protecting yourself, your company, and your future. One of the most effective ways hackers eavesdrop is by planting malware on your smartphone. This spyware often masquerades as a harmless app or arrives via a phishing link. Once installed, it can activate your microphone, record calls, and transmit audio to attackers without any obvious signs. High-end spyware can also log keystrokes, steal contacts, read messages, and track your location. Your phone becomes a 24/7 surveillance device, capturing every conversation and movement. Detection is tough. The malware is designed to be invisible, consuming minimal resources. Eavesdropping on calls is just the beginning. These tools can lead to identity theft, blackmail, or corporate espionage. Imagine your phone briefly loses signal in the city. Nothing unusual, right? But in that moment, it could connect to a fake cell tower called an IMSI catcher or Stingray. These devices trick nearby phones into connecting, capturing your unique SIM identifier and relaying your calls through the attacker's equipment. The attacker can downgrade your connection to weak, outdated encryption, making real-time eavesdropping easy. Originally for law enforcement, IMSI catchers are now in the hands of criminals and corporate spies. They indiscriminately sweep up data from every phone in range, making them a major threat in crowded or high-value areas. You'd never know your call was intercepted. Free public Wi-Fi is convenient, but it's a goldmine for hackers. On unsecured networks, your data, including voice calls, can be intercepted with basic tools. Hackers often set up fake hotspots, luring devices to connect automatically. Once connected, they can capture everything you send, including voice data from calls made over apps. Even legitimate public Wi-Fi isn't safe. Attackers can reroute your traffic using ARP spoofing or man-in-the-middle attacks. Unencrypted calls over these networks are especially vulnerable. Not all calling apps use end-to-end encryption, and if your device is already compromised, encryption won't help. The convenience of public Wi-Fi comes with serious risks to your privacy. Treat every open network as a potential threat. Man-in-the-middle attacks are a classic way to eavesdrop on calls. The attacker secretly inserts themselves between you and your contact, intercepting and even altering your conversation. This can happen on public Wi-Fi, compromised company networks, or even at the ISP level. Attackers use techniques like SSL stripping to downgrade your connection's security, making encrypted calls vulnerable. You won't notice anything unusual, no dropped calls, no glitches, while your private conversation is exposed. Sensitive information like contracts or credit card numbers can be stolen in real time. The stealth of these attacks makes them especially dangerous. Your call feels normal, but someone else is listening. VoIP calls, short for Voice over Internet Protocol, have revolutionized the way we communicate, letting us talk to anyone, anywhere, using just an internet connection. Services like Skype, Zoom, and countless others make it easy to connect with friends, family, or colleagues across the globe, often for free or at a fraction of traditional phone costs. But behind the scenes, your voice and video travel as tiny data packets, zipping through the internet's vast network of cables and routers. If these packets aren't properly encrypted, cybercriminals lurking on the same network can intercept them, piecing together your entire conversation with surprisingly little effort. Many VoIP systems still rely on protocols that transmit information in plain text, which means that on a compromised or public Wi-Fi network, your private calls could be exposed to prying eyes. Attackers can use packet sniffing tools to capture not just call metadata, like who you're talking to and when, but also the actual voice streams, which can then be reassembled into audio files and listened to later. Even if your call is encrypted, hackers may target the central VoIP server itself, gaining access to recordings or even forwarding your calls without your knowledge. Small businesses in particular are vulnerable if they don't have dedicated IT security staff or up-to-date protections in place, making them easy targets for cyber attacks. Ultimately, the security of your internet calls depends on both your personal device and the server infrastructure that manages your communications. Just like any chain, a single weak link, whether it's your phone, your Wi-Fi, or the server, can put your private conversations at risk. Call interception isn't just theory, it's made global headlines. The News of the World scandal saw journalists hacking voicemails by exploiting default pins. In 2019, a WhatsApp vulnerability let attackers install spyware just by calling a target's phone. No answer required. The Pegasus spyware was used to monitor journalists and activists worldwide. IMSI catchers have been detected near government buildings, raising alarms about state-sponsored surveillance. These cases show that even savvy users and high-profile targets can fall victim. Attackers exploit both simple oversights and advanced cyber weapons. The threat is real, and no one is too important or too ordinary to be targeted. You're not powerless. Simple steps can dramatically improve your call security. Only install apps from official stores and scrutinize permissions. No flashlight app needs your microphone. Use strong, unique passwords and enable two-factor authentication, especially for voicemail. Change your default voicemail PIN to something complex. Keep your device and apps updated to patch security holes. Avoid sensitive calls on public Wi-Fi. If you must, use a reputable VPN. Choose apps with end-to-end encryption, like Signal for private conversations. Watch for signs of compromise, fast-draining battery, high data use, or odd noises during calls. Use a trusted mobile security app to scan for malware. Vigilance and good habits make you a much harder target. The privacy of our calls is more fragile than we think. Every day we trust our devices with our most personal conversations, believing they are safe from prying eyes and ears. But the reality is, the digital world is full of hidden threats that can compromise our security in ways we might never expect. Surveillance software is booming, and mobile malware attacks are rising fast. Hackers and cybercriminals are constantly developing new ways to infiltrate our devices, often without us even noticing. The tools they use are becoming more sophisticated and accessible every year. This isn't just a problem for the rich or famous. Anyone can be targeted. Ordinary people, families, and even children are at risk. No one is immune, and the consequences of a breach can be devastating, from stolen identities to financial loss. The tools to intercept calls are widely available, and the illusion of security is our biggest weakness. Many of us assume our phones are protected by default, but that false sense of safety can leave us exposed to real danger. We must shift from blind trust to active defense. Question every app you install, avoid suspicious links, and never underestimate the risks of careless clicks. Taking a moment to think before you act can make all the difference. And be wary of open Wi-Fi. Public networks are convenient, but they can be a playground for attackers looking to intercept your data. Always use secure connections and consider using a VPN when possible. Educate yourself and others. Awareness is your first line of defense. Share what you learn with friends and family and encourage them to stay alert as well. The more informed we are, the stronger our collective defense becomes. Audit your phone's security settings, update software regularly, and use encrypted apps for sensitive conversations. These simple steps can greatly reduce your risk and help keep your information safe. The fight for privacy is ongoing, and your device is the front line. Every action you take to protect your phone is a step towards safeguarding your digital life. By staying informed and proactive, you can keep your conversations private. Make it a habit to check for updates, read about new threats, and adapt your habits as technology evolves. Your vigilance is your best protection. In a world where digital threats are always evolving, staying alert and prepared is the key to keeping your privacy intact.